peeps, course architects. I'm super excited that you are here. Welcome back if you are not new here to In the Arena with Dr. Sonia. If you are new here, welcome to In the Arena with Dr. Sonia. This is where we go live, we get visible, we build together. We understand that not everything is going to be easy, peaches and cream. And sometimes it's going to feel uncomfortable, but we are stepping into the arena anyway. All right, so I'm super excited that you are here. Let's make sure tech is working. Let me know in the chat that you can hear me. Kat, if you could just confirm that tech is good, the mic is good, all things are good. I'm also gonna let me make sure some of these devices that aren't needed to be online are offline because yeah. All right, let's get into it. I got my lipstick everywhere today. All right, let's get into it. I really want to talk about lapping the competition is the title of today's episode. And it really is. Thank you, Kat. I appreciate it. And thank you for moderating. It really is one of those things like when I talk about competition, let's get first things first. I don't believe in any competition outside of yourself. Like, when you're in competition with other people, when you're watching what everybody else is doing, it's hard to focus on you. It's hard to focus on your purpose. You're constantly comparing, constantly, trying to decide if you're doing enough or not enough and all of the things. I have been there and I have caught myself, okay, in those spaces multiple times throughout this journey. But the easiest time for me to create, the easiest time for me to start moving and operating in the way that I'm supposed to be moving and operating in my purpose, in my season, in my flow, in my gifts, in my talents, are when I am not worried about what anybody else is doing. Okay. So that's first things first. When I say lapping the competition, I'm talking about even the old you, right? Like your old identity, who you used to be, all right? Even who you are currently right now, especially if you're trying to elevate and this is the season for that, then it's time to continue moving forward. And so there are just like four small things. I'll keep this straight and to the point. I don't even think we're going to go the whole time today because it's so to the point. I'm going to keep it straightforward, okay? About the things that you need to do in order to lap the competition, in order to outpace even yourself. This is summertime. It's like the end of the summer, but it's also like we're past the midpoint of the year. This is a time a lot of people are coasting. A lot of people, those goals from the top of the year, they feel like even if they haven't gotten to them, okay, I need a fresh start in order to get to them. Or if they have started moving towards what it is that they want, people start to slack off a little bit, right? Like, I want to enjoy the rest of the weather. It's summertime. Everyone's outside. Let me get my last trips in and do this and that. This is a time for you to be lapping, okay, the competition, but also that old identity. We've been talking a lot about identity shift on this channel over the last couple of weeks. If you missed some of the previous episodes, please go check them out. All right, because they feed into what we're talking about today. All right, so this is how we lap the competition, no matter what it is that you, however you define competition. The first things first, you got to know what it is that you want. And I mean exactly what it is that you want, and you got to allow yourself to want your desires. Like, it is okay, whatever it is that you want, it's okay to want it. Okay, so want your desires, allow yourself to want them. Everyone, and I was talking to someone about this last week, everyone doesn't have the same desires, and so that's what makes, in my opinion, life fun. Is that everyone wanted the same thing, we see everyone driving the same cars, living in the same houses, etc., so on and so forth, right? But everybody doesn't want the same thing. Like, I'm not gonna name brands, but I don't like certain brands that some of my friends like. I prefer others. And so your desires are yours and you gotta start treating them in that way. Now it's fun to look at, not necessarily competition, but mentors, people who are doing the things that you want to do, who have the things that you want to have. It's fun to look at what they're doing. It's exciting to see what is possible. There is always, I say this all the time, there is a very thin line, especially for high performers and high achievers, between desire and jealousy, right? And so we just have to be mindful. And when you need to catch yourself, catch yourself. But the first things first is know what it is that you actually want. And don't be afraid to want your desires, okay? Because they want you to. Second thing is knowing your why. Like, why are you doing this thing? It's either usually because you want to level up in some capacity for yourself, or your why is attached to helping somebody else, okay? Whether it's your family members, friends, making impact on the world, people, strangers that you may not know, but you just know that you have a gift inside of you. And that's why I love courses, okay? I love teaching people how to teach courses, teach what you know, your experiences. If you've ever felt that pull Shameless plug, jumpfirstacademy.org, resources to help you get started. But it's understanding the why, right? Why am I doing this? Do I want to, pay off my house or pay off my parents' house or take more vacations, take my family on a vacation? Like, what is your actual why? Again, want your desires because they want you to, but also understand why you're doing it. And you have to attach it to something bigger. I know that we've heard this so many times, but it's true. It may sound cliche, it may sound corny to you, but it's so true. You have to attach why you're doing this thing to something bigger. Okay, it has to be bigger than where you are currently, what you're currently working on, where you are right now. You got to see beyond the right now so that you can get to where it is that you want to get to. And then once you get there, it's like new doors start opening up, and then like you want more stuff. So it's always that. And it's our human capacity, right? Like it's our human nature, I should say. We just want, like, we never stop setting goals, especially if you're a driven person, ambitious person. Like, keep setting goals. Eliza, I appreciate you in the 8th grade. I appreciate you going to the 8th grade, right? I appreciate you being on. My best advice in line with what we're talking about, same thing. Know what you want. Like, and allow yourself to feel your desires. Like, what do you want? Okay. What do you want out of life? What do you want to accomplish? All of those things. Know what you want, and then know why you want it. Know why you want it. It makes it so much easier to go get the things that we desire when we know why we want it. And it's not always, if you take a look, go deeper, go deeper. And I say this to everyone, the big why is attached to a deeper reason than what the surface looks like, right? Like, some people will go out for courses, for example. I want to create a course because I want to make more money. But then I'm like, okay, well, why do you want to make more money? You have to go deeper. So you ask yourself, one of my favorite exercises, I got it from Dean Graziosi's book, and I think it's Millionaire Habits, right? Or something like that. I forget the full title. But he got it from somewhere else, and I forget where he got it from. But it's like you ask yourself why multiple times. Like, okay, so you want to make more money with courses, but why? Or you want to make more money in general. Why? Okay. And then you get that answer. And then you ask yourself again based on the second answer. Okay, why do you want that? And then you keep going deeper with the why. And so you ask yourself like 7 times. And by the time you get to about the 7th time, and I do this all the time, this exercise probably once a quarter or at least twice a year. By the time you get to the 7th why, it's like you find the heart of the reason you want this thing, of the reason you desire this thing. So some people are like, I want to make more money. I want to make more money. Let me teach a course. Let me just teach what I know because it seems like the fastest way for me to get to the money. But then when we go deeper, they're like, well, I want to make more money because I want to pay off my house. I want to pay off my house because I want more freedom, okay, finances to be able to do other things in my life. Okay, well, why do you want to be able to do other things in my life? I want more experiences. And then by the time they get to it, down to it is, well, I'm afraid that if I don't live now, I won't have any more time to live. I want to pass on these experiences. I want to live more life. I want to show my family what it's like to truly be free. I want to set an example for my kids, my grandkids, right? Then we start to get to the heart of, it's not really the money that you want, right? It's the feeling of freedom that comes with that. It's the legacy that you're building that comes with that. And so you just got to get real with yourself. Only you can do it, about your why, about why you want what you want. But I think it's okay to, I know it's okay. And I've struggled with this as a high performer, high achiever for a long time, of wanting my desires and being able to name them out loud. Like, yeah, I want more money, right? Like, I needed to say that at least initially, because when I first got started in this business, and I find like a lot of high performers and high achievers that I work with, that's their thing, right? They're like, I want more money, but they don't want to name it at first, right? That they want more money. And that's how I was. When I left my 9 to 5, my whole goal was, okay, well, let me just make as much money as I'm making at my 9 to 5 so that I can just replace my salary. And I started crunching the numbers and breaking them down. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense to just replace my salary. I want more money. I want to be a millionaire. Like, that was that when I finally came into that realization, I was maybe about 3 months into the business, right? And mind you, my first course, I did $12,542, and I did it in like 2 weeks. And so I was like, oh, this is possible, right? This is actually possible. And so it's like when you start getting real, and then I read that book a little while after that, when you just start getting real about what you want, and you just let your guard down and allow yourself to want the things you truly desire. And remember why we're doing these things. We got to have morals, right? We got to, I appreciate that. And I appreciate any of the new subs. Thank you. We got to have our ethics in line, and we got to have our values. And I always say, like, your gifts, your purpose, it can be used two ways, one of two ways. You can use it for good or you can use it for bad, right? You can use it for good or you can use it for evil. Choose to use it for good. Choose to help people with what it is that you have, your gifts, okay, your talents, your life experiences. And so, yeah, I just knew, I was like, well, I know that when I have more money, I'm going to do more good, right? So, pro tip for your courses: in order to make more impact, you have to make more money. If one of your goals is to make more money and you want to be able to do this without you needing to be present in every place or corner of the earth at one time, okay? It's very difficult to do that. You can only be in one place at a time. And so if you want to expand your reach, you want to expand your impact, courses are it, all right? But you do have to make more money to make more impact. The more money you make, the more resources you have available to create additional opportunities and resources for other people. But also, like, somebody asked me last night, I think, or this morning, somebody posted, like, well, how do I run ads? So, because that's the main way that you make money from courses. And I'm like, no, not initially. Okay. I did that. I lost a lot of money when I first got started, over 10,190 bucks. I know it was somewhere between 30 and 50 grand. Okay. I refuse to know the number to this day because I just don't want to know. I was heartbroken when I got to the 10,190 bucks. I stopped counting. Okay. And so you don't need ads initially. Most of my clients, all of my clients, start off and they're making money before they run ads. Okay, so 5 to 10K, most of my clients are doing within 21 to 30 days. No ads. And some of them haven't been running ads this whole time. All right, and they have had a course since 2020, 2019, and they're doing amazing. They have physical locations, they have online courses, all the things. Still not running ads. You don't need ads. Now, we do teach ads, but at the next level of the program, not initially. I don't want you to have to be spending money, okay? That you should be making a profit when you first start. If you're teaching what it is that you already know, you shouldn't need most of the things that people tell you that you need in order to start. So I teach you a very simple way to do it. You do not need to be spending money on ads, okay? Eventually, you do want to start to scale with ads and other means and other methods. This is why you make more impact when you make more money. All right. So you make the money and you reinvest some of the money. All right. Some of your profit, because you don't have a lot of overhead when you do courses. You are simply teaching what it is that you know. All right. And if you do that right, you don't need a lot of the things. You don't even need a hosting platform. You don't need a lot of things that people are trying to sell you. Keep in mind, people are always trying to sell you, okay, what they think you need. But when you cut it down to the nuts and bolts, you really just need to know what you want, okay? You need to know your why. And then the next thing is you need to get a mentor. It is now, that is an investment that's worth it. I will say that. The ads, the hosting platform, the technology, all of that extra stuff, no. But if you are somebody who you've been spinning your wheels, and you know this as a high performer, okay? You know this as a very ambitious person. It is so much faster to just learn from the mistakes of others. It is so much faster to learn what I'm supposed to do, that to get it right the first time, versus the trial and error. If you're somebody who is a high performer, who is very ambitious, chances are, like me, we go out, we do a bunch of research. We try to figure it out on our own. We see, like, how can I put things together? And usually we're piecing information together. There is a lot of information out there. But that's one of the other reasons, like, the pro to hiring a mentor. They help you filter that. You don't need to go through all of that information and all the extra to get to what it is that you truly need. You just need what you need to get from where you are currently to where you want to be. Mentor. Okay? That's it. Once you understand what you want, also understand your why you're doing it. I would add in here, like, 2A, if you will, what season you are currently in. So, what is your season of business? And that will tell you who you need to hire as a mentor in order to get to your next level. You got to know where you are first, though, right? So, let's get real. All of this is about getting real with yourself. Seriously. If you feel like not hiring a mentor is going to be helpful for you, cool beans, go for it. But if you're somebody who is extremely ambitious, then we know timing is a thing. Okay, we know, if, especially if you thought in January of this year or before, hey, I want to create a course, and you haven't launched it yet. We're in August. This is not to scare you. This is not to shame you. This is set in love. We're in August, okay? It's July 30th, but we're in August. So it's like, what do you actually need to get it done? You know, you need a mentor. Like, we know it. Like, let's, you know what I mean? Like, you need somebody to keep you accountable, give you the support, and show you exactly what to do. That's just it. And that's what it comes down to. By the way, shameless plug, jumpfirstacademy.org for resources. And you can jump into a strategy session if you are interested. If you're somebody, like I just said, who's been thinking about this for too long and you know it's been too long and you're looking for a mentor, you're looking for somebody to guide you through the process, then you can jump into a strategy session and skip the training at jumpfirstacademy.org. To jump into the strategy session, you would just go to jumpfirstacademy.org/apply. Okay. And that'll get you into the strategy session. And we'll talk like pricing. How do you price your course? Who do you need to be talking to? How you should, like, what should the structure of your course be at a high level, right? So, like, what will it look like kind of to put it together? And Kat just dropped it in the link inside of the chat. So you can just click right there and go book a strategy session. Okay. Promise it's worth it. Especially if you've been thinking about it for too long. Like, it's time to get a plan in place. Okay, get some structure in place. Help move you forward. All right, so let's cover this one more time, and then we'll move into the last piece. Know what you want. This is how you're gonna lap the competition. Okay, and your competition can be you. Like I said, it could be you. And you know it's time to elevate, like your current version of you. You're like, it's time for me to elevate. I got to get beyond this. I got to be better than I was last month, last week, last year. All right. And this, you want to do it now. Lots of people are sleeping right now. Lots of people are taking it easy. They're coasting. They're resting on their laurels, if you will. They're resting on the things that they did earlier this year. They feel like they put enough work in January and February and March. Okay. So people are chilling. This is the time. This is the time for you to move. So know what you want. Know exactly why you want it. Go deep. Okay. Only you can do this. Be real with yourself. Get a mentor to go fast. Like, before the end of the year. It's July 30th. I just sent this out to my email list earlier today. It's July 30th. By October 30th, you can have a full class. Pre-sales. Okay. Like, you don't even have to launch the course yet. You can have a full class. Okay. And then you can be tweaking it and moving on and starting to scale it by December. Let's go. So it's July 30th. By October 30th, full class. You're tweaking it. You're ready to launch it. You're ready to teach it. By December, you're scaling. Like, come on, y'all. It's time to go. All right. Know what you want. Know your why. Get a mentor. Lastly, take action. That's literally it. Everybody is like, a lot of times, I can't say everybody. Let me take that back. All right. Let me be for real. There are quite a few people, at least once or twice a week, I get in my inbox, in my DMs, no matter what the platform is. How do you make it look so easy? You make it look so easy. How are you putting out so much content? How are you? And it's just like, it is easy, but you got to be willing to do the thing. You just got to take action. You got to know what to do. That's the point of getting a mentor, right? I know my why. I know what I want. I allow myself to want my desires. Everything that I'm telling you, this is why it's easy. I know what I want. I know why I want it. I have mentors, okay? I keep at least one mentor. Right now I have several, okay? And I take action every single day. I take action. Those seemingly little things that you do every day add up. The things you do or don't do. The things you don't do add up too, okay? It's just a different total at the end of the week, the month, the year. So you have to, in order to take action or to get and do everything that I'm talking about, you have to be real with yourself. How much action are you truly taking? Do you have a mentor? Do you know you need a mentor? Do you know why you want what you want? And do you actually know what you want? Okay? I had to get real with myself at one point. Like, am I actually taking enough action? I was not at one point. I was not. And I'm like, girl, you said you want A, right? You said you know why you want it. Maybe we need to go a little deeper because there's not something driving you to get it. So maybe, and that's the most important piece, like that why is a driver. When you go deep enough, when you truly understand why you want something and it's not surface level, it's a driver. Every single day, you'll wake up and you'll think about it. Like, oh yeah, that's why I want that. Let me do the thing, right? And then mentorship, it just holds me accountable. It supports me so I can talk through problems or issues or challenges. I can talk through my why, right? I can talk through my identity stuff, right? Like if I'm like, I'm not feeling it today, my mentor will go, okay, girl, well, why not? Let's go. Let's go, let's go. Um, and so it's those kinds of things. But then I can talk through the action piece. I can decide, does this align with my business? Does this align with my current identity? Like, does this align with where I want to go? Does it align with my why? Does it align with my desires and what I want? Okay. And I get to talk through that with my mentor. And then I take action. And then I have somebody who holds me accountable. Like, did you do that thing that you said we talked, that you said you were going to do, that we talked about yesterday, or that we talked about last week? Like, is it done? Let me see the progress. What are we doing? It makes it so much easier. Okay. I'm not saying that you can't be accountable for yourself. I'm not saying that you can't be supportive to yourself, because, yeah, we know. Okay, we're ambitious. We are high performers. We're high achievers. It's just so much easier when there's somebody else who is holding you accountable. All right. I love y'all so much. I hope that this is super helpful. Again, jumpfirstacademy.org in order to get started. There are resources over there that are going to help move you forward. But if you're interested in just saying, you know what, give me a strategy session. Like, I need somebody to keep me accountable. I need the support. I need a plan in place to help me move forward. All right, for the rest of this year. In the next 90 days, like I said, most of my clients and students are doing somewhere between 5 and 10K within their first 21 to 30 days of launching their courses. Okay. In the next 90 days, you could have your course put together. You could have your pre-sales, meaning your students enrolled, peeps in seats, as we like to call it, inside of the program. You can have all this in place. You could be charging premium pricing, all of these things. And what we'll do inside of the strategy session, it takes 30 minutes. I'm good at this. I'm really good at this. And I'm going to toot my own horn a little bit, but do so very humbly. I've been doing this for a long time. All right. And so it makes it easy for me to do. I found out I could do it. First of all, 2005 helped my mom start a nonprofit. I've been like doing courses and all kind of stuff behind the scenes, putting together programs since then. My degrees, master's and PhD, are in human services with a concentration in administration. I'm good at it. I taught university classes, was a university professor. I say I'm retired now. Ever since launching my own courses and having them take off, it's been fun building this business. Definitely drop your questions inside of the chat. I appreciate it. It's been fun building this business, and this business has been in existence since 2016. Officially launched my first course in 2018. All right, and that's where I did the $12,542 in less than 2 weeks. And I was like, oh, this works. And then I've been scaling ever since, taught many people how to do it themselves, and they're doing very, very well. Like I said, some of my clients and students have been doing this with me since 2019. Okay, since one of my first classes, first full class. And they have online courses, they have face-to-face, they've hired people onto their team. Like, they're giving back in so many ways to their communities. And it makes me really, really happy. And so this is all possible. And so it takes like 30 minutes, okay, for me to help you identify what the plan should be, what the strategy should be around your pricing, making it premium, of course, around your pricing, around the structure of your course, around your audience, like all of it, okay? We plan it out, 30 minutes, that's it, jumpfirstacademy.org /apply. All right, is where you want to go to book a strategy session. If you're looking for more resources, or you're like, how exactly is this going to work for my business, or what exactly are premium courses? Let me see some of the results. Let me see what the methodology is. I give you my methodology for free. I show you exactly what it looks like. You can go to jumpfirstacademy.org to get that. Okay, it's free. I believe that no coach or mentor should hide what they do behind a paywall. Like, what is the method? Because how do I know it aligns with me if it's behind a paywall? I'm not. Now, let me say this too. I am not opposed to purchasing something to figure that out, but I feel like you should just tell me, right? Because, like, I want to be able to know that, number one, I'm not going to waste my time going through this whole process of trying to figure out what it is. Number two, that I'm going to know what it is, right? Like, it just makes sense. So for me, ethically, I think the methodology should just be given up front. Now, the implementation piece, okay, that's the paid piece. Like, how do you actually apply this to your business? How do you apply this going forward? All right. I appreciate y'all so much. I thank y'all so much. I hope that this is helpful. I don't see any questions inside of the chat. Again, the resources that you need in order to get started to see what premium courses are about. If you have been DIYing it for too long, okay, then there are some resources there, jumpfirstacademy.org. But if you feel like, you know what, I need help, I need a plan, I need a mentor, I need a real strategy to get this done, then go ahead and jump into a strategy session. Okay. Jumpfirstacademy.org/apply. Thank you for the likes, the hearts, the positivity inside of the chat. I appreciate y'all so much. SCSP, yes, you can upgrade over time. Always. There's always that option. It's the way I develop my programs. I want you to grow. Okay. I want you to continue to grow with me. And then I always say, if you outgrow your mentor, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I want that to happen. Okay? Continue to grow, continue to elevate, but yes, you absolutely may upgrade over time. That's how we develop all of our programs. We want you to get what you need and only what you need when you need it. Complete that part and keep on going. All right? Love y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. I'm glad that's helpful. SCSP. I always have to take my time when I say your screening, but I remember seeing you before. So know that I appreciate you being here. I'm excited for you to take the jump. It sounds like you're ready. So I'm really excited for you to take that jump. I appreciate all of y'all for being here. Sending everyone much love. Okay. Support on today. If you're interested in creating your courses, we got you. Okay. That's what we do. So again, jumpfirstacademy.org in order to get started. If you need more assistance or have questions, just email us hello@jumpfirst.org. You'll probably hear from Kat first. And so she's here to assist. I appreciate you, Kat, again for moderating. Thank you all for being here. And I'll see y'all back here next week. Have an amazing, amazing rest of your week. I'll see you on Tuesday, right? Yep, Tuesday. All right. Have a good weekend. Bye, y'all.